The Altyn Yemel State National Natural Park and its unique sinning sand is situated on the right shore of the Joly River. This dune was formed between the large and small Kalkan spines as a result of blowing of sands from shallows of the Joly River. Despite strong wind and fragility of the sand mountain is not moving along the Piedmont plain but stays in its initial place for several millennia. However, like millennia ago, wild birds still roaming along these places from spring until autumn. When migratory birds are migrating from the south to the north, they stop for rest and feeding near the sinning sand at the Mikhailovska Lake. A lot of birds are staying at the Joly Valley until the autumn migration and are building nests and breeding. Pelicans are taking off the water hard with a noise, but then they're flying gracefully. Pelican chicks start flying when they're only 2 months old. Unproven youngsters try their efforts in the air with their parents. Pelicans are the largest members of the order of copepods. They have a massive trunk, huge wings, short legs, long neck and a long beak with large leathery throat pouch, which is about 4 to 5 times the length of a head. However, these clumsy birds can easily float in the air. The territory of the Manul Association of Hunters and Fishermen is situated right next to the sinning sand, on the left bank of the Joly River, but it is forbidden to hunt here, and only rangers are allowed to come here. The Mikhailovska Lake is fed by the Saryshagan spring water spills. This is a specially protected area, an island created especially for birds. The Saryshagan spills are rich with plankton, zooplankton and vegetable foods. These places are very convenient for wild birds. An egret is a noisily and discreet bird, which however noisily flaps its wings when flying. Its wing movements are leisurely and majestic. Shortly before the departure, many migratory birds begin to worry. Bird watchers have noticed that this is a massive excitement that continues longer if birds need to cover larger distances. Swan chicks begin to fly relatively late, only 5 months after birth. This swan brood has not started flying yet. Young animals are staying near thickets and away from predators. Parents are keeping a close eye on their children and are willing to protect them at any time. Elder swans are watching their chicks for a year after birth. The swan family is never separated. They are building nests together, raising offspring together, and the whole family is flying away for the winter in warmer countries. There are a number of legends about swans' loyalty, but there are also facts confirmed by ornithologists. For example, if one of the swans is sick or injured, the other takes care of it until its last breath, giving it all the love and tenderness, dismissing the possible danger, sharing food. It is a well-recognized fact that the swans are flying to winter in the same places each year, adhering to a well-defined route. Migration of wild birds is regulated by annual life cycles of birds. The body of migratory birds acts exactly according to the endocrine and physiological processes, a kind of internal clock that breaks the whole year cycles, including 2 migrations during the breeding season and winter. Before heading out on a long journey to the south, migratory birds are accumulating fat to provide the body with energy during a long flight. This is why after fledging, many birds are leaving the nests where food supplies have dwindled and begin roaming to the neighborhood in search of food. Ducks refer to as the most numerous flocks. They are resting and sleeping in one place but feeding in the other. During the long autumn migration, thousands of birds flying from the north will stop here to rest and recover, as well as partially restore fat stores. This transit point of the Joly basin has enough food for both local and migratory birds. The blue sky and clouds are reflected in clean water like in a mirror. The tender sun is still warming Sarıshagan spills. However, the days are getting shorter and the cold wind will blow from the north very soon. A great egret is looking out for fish or frog in the water. These places are rich in food for calconiforms, since it has a lot of amphibians, rodents and insects. Heron are wintering in the Near East and India and flying to Northern Hemisphere in spring. They like to go back to the old nesting in the marshy estuaries and lakes overgrown with reeds. Egrets are nesting in small groups and sometimes they form mixed colonies with grey herons and even pelicans. Very soon migratory birds will fly to the south from the Joly basin. Pelicans and swans will be flying only during the day. It doesn't matter when the ducks, herons and geese fly during the day or during the night if the weather is good. Coots, water hens and snipes are flying only during the night. During the day, migratory birds are guided through the landscape terrain and the sun. The internal clock suggests birds the time and the position of the sun will indicate in which direction to fly. At night, migratory birds are guided by the stars and the Earth's magnetic field.